Arsenal drew to Manchester City 2-2 at the Etihad with a last-minute goal for the citizens. Now, while I know many of you are going to be very disappointed, I still think there is so many positives from this game that show Arsenal will and can compete for the title this season and that we are toe-to-toe with Man City. In this video, we're going to go through the game and the key points and what this means for the future of the club. So let's get into it. Now, this video is going to be overwhelmingly positive because I think that's all I can get right now from Arsenal. The amount of pride I have with this team and how much we have progressed in the last year has just been phenomenal. And although we didn't get that win, I felt there was so much with this game that really makes me feel like we are there this year. I think, of course, the goal stings a lot now just reacting to the game, but I think in hindsight, as time progresses, I think it will look back on it and be happy that Arsenal still showed the due diligence in this game to be excellent in defence. And I think that we still have that psychological factor over Man City. Everyone can say that they got the last minute goal or whatever, but we had 10 men for a whole half and basically kept the best attacking team out in the country from our goal, and they only scored from a scrappy goal where everyone was jumping around anyway in the last minute. In this video, I also don't really want to speak about the refereeing decisions. I know it's going to be a massive talking point between a lot of the fans, but I'm just kind of tired of it personally. We talk about it every week and I just think their decisions are poor overall. However, in many ways, I was way more upset in the Brighton one than I am in the one in this game, and we're just going to have to learn to live with it for now, but I'm still super proud of the team overall. And that does end our torrid time of fixtures. This week was going to be incredibly hard. Tottenham away, City away, Atalanta away, and we haven't lost any of them games, and we've come away with 2 draws and a win, which you literally can't argue about. Of course, it would have been nice to get another win, which we almost got, but the fact that we're even there with 10 men, we're even able to compete at that level with the team we had out, just shows how good we really are, and people need to take us very seriously. The fact we defended away in Italy on Thursday night and we come 3 days later away at Manchester City and can put out a defensive performance like that with 10 men is utterly brilliant. I know we didn't get the result we wanted in the end. I just think our defense was fabulous the whole time throughout. It feels like every week we talk about them, but I think every defender deserves credit. Saliba and Gabriel, absolute monsters yet again. We'll obviously go into Gabriel's goal in a bit, but that guy is becoming an actual legend here. He's an actual beast. He can do anything he wants, and I think he has really come into his own as one of our best players. I love his little back and forth he has with Haaland every time we play them. That's what I think we want to see. I also thought Saliba yet again was controlled, very good. I think he had a great game in the week against Atalanta. I think he was good again today. And obviously we had the big news of Ben White not playing. Apparently it was because of a knock, so maybe it wasn't tactical, but I did make a video saying I'd rather Calafiori play left back and Timber right back anyway in this game. And rather than a few little slip-ups, obviously the first goal, I think Calafiori does make the mistake there. I do think some other players do as well. Obviously that brilliant goal that he scored to equalise for the game, I thought he was great after that. He really got a lot of confidence. It didn't seem to affect him that much, and I loved it. And I even thought Timber had a great game. He made no passes in the team. Same with Havertz, which obviously shows that he didn't need to. The amount of running they do, the amount of effort they do, and every single player in the team really did run about and give their all for the team, which is something that you cannot argue with about this Arsenal team. All these players will fight for the match every single game, and they will give it their all. Arteta has got us up and running as a serious institute with players that do have the mentality to win and achieve big things, and I do feel like it's a matter of time now. I was quietly confident anyway, but I think watching this game has made me even more confident. And I know we're going to get a lot of people talk about how defensive we are like it's a negative thing, but they're always just finding ways to denounce Arsenal. It should not be a negative thing. I think it is more negative to play one way of football and just relying on that to do well. I look at teams like Inzaghi for Inter Milan, great manager, but he plays one way, and if that doesn't work in some games, they get found out. Same with Tottenham. Tottenham play one way of football, and when you have a brilliant defense like we do, they couldn't get anywhere near us. Arteta has proven that we don't need Odegaard, we don't need a possession-based system to actually be successful still. That has been the thought that Arsenal are the best when they have the ball more, and I still would agree with that, but we are still very good when we don't have the ball. We can sit there and defend games. We can put our bodies on the line when we needed it the most, and we will never get thrashed again. And we sit 17th in the Premier League for the most possession this season, and obviously I think you've got to take a lot of context around that. We've played Aston Villa away, Tottenham away, City away. We haven't had Odegaard. We can't do certain things. We've had 2 red cards now, so of course we're going to have low possession, but we still haven't lost and we're still in the title race, so why should it matter to anyone else? When we play against Leicester and Southampton and we have the ball more, then that will obviously shoot right back up. Now I think the Calafiori goal is brilliant to see on his full debut. A brilliant effort. How he curls that in on his left foot is incredible. It does seem like a right foot shot sort of angle, and how he is able to do that is brilliant. Obviously Martinelli finally got an assist because of that move. You could say it was quite lucky, but I actually think Martinelli put his body out really well today, and he was up against Kyle Walker, who I definitely think he got the better of a lot of times. I think Kyle Walker is kind of washed. And I've also obviously got to give us credit for our corners again. I hate the analysis always about our corners when you watch the mainstream media talk about Arsenal, because I feel like we do such simple things that have been spoken about millions of times. It's the same trick. Gabriel runs in early before the cross is taken. Saka puts it even in the middle, back post or front post. We are adaptable in that way, and we block the goalkeeper so Gabriel can head the ball into the goal. Obviously, he nearly scored one 8 minutes before he scored when Doku was marking him, and then they switched it for Kyle Walker, who also wasn't very good. So maybe they should have put a bigger man on Gabriel, but he's becoming such a threat from these chances. 16 goals now, 2 in a row in the league, and Nicholas Jova definitely deserves a lot of credit for the amount of achievements he's got. And he left Man City because they didn't give him enough time in training sessions. Arsenal definitely do, and it's proven dividend. I think it's brilliant again. And I also want to give massive credit to, I did a video the other day saying it, David Raya yet again. He got so unlucky with the late goal because Kivior and him go for the same thing, but Raya doesn't actually see the ball and still would have saved it if Kivior doesn't end up blocking it. And he almost saved the rebound when he's not even looking at it. It comes off his foot, goes up in the air. It's very unfortunate, but I thought in the game he was controlled again. He was brilliant from clean crosses, and he did some incredible saves. Getting down to that Haaland header and that volley that he did a really good reactive save. I think Raya's become insane for Arsenal, and I think on form he is the best goalkeeper in Europe right now. And I know there's obviously going to be some negativity with the Arsenal fan base, not necessarily because how we play, because I think we all want us to see us win. It doesn't really matter at this point, but I think from the result, obviously the last minute goal isn't going to make people happy. But this game to me was so similar to the game where Arsenal played against Man City a few years ago and Rodri scored that last minute winner. In that game, even though we lost, I was so confident with the team. I felt like we finally saw the pieces of our team clicking. And I think in this game, we have proven that when Mourinho comes in, when Odegaard comes in, which will be closer, Mourinho is back in a few weeks, of course, this team is going to look even better going forward. And defensively, we are completely assured with these great players coming in. Timber and Calafiori have come in and been very good, and I'm very happy. And I genuinely think that we are in a situation where this is great. And obviously, talking about news, Rodri picked up a big injury 16 minutes into the game. Obviously, I don't want to see anyone get injured, and it does look like it is his ACL or MCL, so he could be out for a while. Obviously, not going to speculate. We don't know what is going to happen yet until we see the diagnosis, but it doesn't look good from first view, and it does give me a lot of memories of that Timber injury last year. And if Rodri is out for a considerable part of the season, I think Man City might struggle. I think this year they've been overrated better than people think they are. I think they've played easier opponents than us, and I do think they will be found out. And I do think now we've got a bit of an easier schedule for a few weeks now. We play Bolton, of course. Obviously, PSG is still a hard game in the Champions League, but Leicester and Southampton, where even people like Waneri can come in, Lewis Skelly, who obviously made his debut today. And I just think this is such a positive time for Arsenal. We've got through this week. We got through it with flying colours, you could argue. A little bit unlucky to not even to get better results than we did. And I'm very happy with the team going forward. And I think you should all be too. I think you should finally believe that we can do this, because I genuinely believe that we can. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this Arsenal game and what you think about Arsenal's prospects of potentially winning the title this year. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.